Microphone's on.
But you're good.
All right. We will call to order Board of Zoning Appeals for March 24th, 2025. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the March 10th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Yes.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Peters. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Any special requests or continuances not listed? Oh, looks like Mr. Prime is on.
Yes, I've entered the chat. We do have a request to continue item docket number BZA 2025-008, which is your first item under new business this evening. These were development standard variances requested by Davis Homes. I am appearing this evening on behalf of the petitioner, Davis Homes. I guess I should give my full name, Eric Prime, 225 South Emerson, Greenwood. We are requesting a continuance of this matter so that we can get some additional information to staff, including renderings of the proposed townhomes and duplexes.
And are you looking to move to the next meeting, which would be April 14th, or do you need to the 28th?
28th, please.
Okay. And are we good on agenda for the 28th right now, Kevin?
Yeah, that actually would be the April meetings to move to, so that would be good.
Take a motion to move BZA 2025-008 to the April 28th meeting. Motion by Mr. Mole.
Second.
Second by Mr. King. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Mr. Prime, we'll see you on the 28th.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have findings of fact, BZA 2025-004, which was a development standards variance by Charles Baxter for property at 886 Cutzinger Road.
Mr. Chairman, consideration of statutory criteria, I move that we adopt the written findings of fact as presented. Incorporating the evidence submitted into the record as our final decision and final action for variance petition on the BZA 2024-004.
Motion by Mr. Mole, second by Mr. Milborn. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. BZA 2025-005, this is the development standards variance for petitioner John Haber for property at 26 Frostwood Lane.
In consideration of the statutory criteria, I move that we adopt the written findings of fact as presented, incorporating the evidence submitted into the record as our final decision and final action for variance petition number BZA 2025-005.
Motion by Mr. Milborn, second by Mr. Mole. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. And the last one is BZA 2025-006, development standards variance by petitioner Jericho Morris on behalf of Milmar Buildings for property at 1275 West Sims Crossing Road.
In consideration of the statutory criteria, I move that we adopt the written findings of fact as presented, incorporating the evidence submitted into the record as our final decision and final action for variance petition number BZA 2025-006.
Motion by Mr. Milborn, second by Mr. Mole. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. We have no old business. Any old business from the floor? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business, which we have a continuance for BZA 2025-008. So that moves us to BZA 2025-009, which is the development standards variance for 1155 Barcelona Drive. Petitioner is Michael Lang, requesting relief from a section of the Unified Development Ordinance to allow an accessory structure over 300 square feet to not have a 36-inch masonry wainscot. All those wishing to speak to this docket, please stand and be sworn in by our secretary.
Do you swear to oppose perjury, testimony is true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is everything in order?
Everything is in order and in our files.
All right, so about the Greenwood Comprehensive Plan, moved by development ordinance.
All right. Name and address for the record, and then if you could also put that on that sheet of paper there so we get the spelling right.
It's Michael Lang, 1155 Barcelona Drive, Greenwood, Indiana.
Thank you, Mr. Lang. All right, tell us why you're here, what you're looking to accomplish.
I'm requesting relief from the wainscot ordinance that goes up 36 inches around accessory structure.
Okay, and you have submitted your answers to the statutory criteria.
Yeah.
And that is reflected in the staff report, and you've seen the staff report and you confirm that those are the answers you submitted,
That's correct.
and you have no changes to those answers
No
as
change.
they're written.
Correct.
With that, then, anything additional you would like to add before I ask staff for their comments about this? Okay, staff?
Staff is in favor of this variance. Basically, it's in his backyard surrounded by a privacy fence, so no one will even see this accessory structure other than anyone that's on his property. So I don't think the masonry adds anything significant in this case.
Okay. Before I close the public hearing, anything else you'd like to add, and then I'll close it and open it to the board for questions.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Close the public hearing. Mr. Moll?
Questions?
Mr. Milborn?
No.
Mr. King? Mrs. Peters?
No questions.
Nor do I. I've read through the report and the response. Everything seems in order. Makes perfect sense. So I will take a motion to admit all the evidence in the record.
I move that we admit all the evidence presented in regard to this matter, including notices, receipts, maps, photographs, written documents, petitioner's applications and attachments, petitioner's detailed statement of reasons, staff report prepared by the planning department, certified copies of the Unified Development Ordinance and comprehensive plan, testimony of petitioner, city planning staff, any remonstrators, and all other exhibits presented, be they oral or written, for consideration by this board in regard to this petition and to include the testimony of those present this evening.
Motion by Mr. Milborn, second by Mrs. Peters. All those in favor raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. I'll take a motion on the docket itself, which is to allow an accessory structure over 300 square feet to not have a 36-inch masonry wainscot.
I move that we approve this request with no conditions.
Motion by Mr. King to approve, second by Mr. Moll. All those in favor raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. I will take a motion to direct the corporation's council to draft written findings of fact.
Having considered the statutory criteria, I move that we direct the corporation's counsel office to draft written findings of fact regarding our decision on the variance request presented at variance petition number BZA 2025-009. Said findings specifically incorporate the staff report and evidence submitted into the record for consideration and adoption by the Board of Zoning Appeals as our final decision and final action regarding this petition at our next meeting.
Motion by Mr. Moll, second by Mr. Milborn. All those in favor raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. You are good to proceed with staff. We will take final action on the 14th, which is 3 weeks, but you don't need to wait for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any new business from the floor? Seeing none, any announcements? No announcements. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
See you.
We are adjourned. Stop the recording.